We're getting news in from China as we speak. We're going to cut across to live visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has arrived in Qingdao for his two-day visit to China. In moments from now, we will see him deplane. There is a delegation, Chinese delegation, awaiting his arrival to welcome him. He will be there for the next 2 days to attend India's first ever SCO Summit. Modi will be meeting with the Chinese President Jin Ping in Qingdao on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meet, also known as the SCO, and is also expected to interact with leaders of 3 countries during his visit. The meet is being dubbed as a new beginning for India, something that Prime Minister Modi himself had mentioned. During the visit, we are also expecting Modi and Xi Jinping to talk about different things, which is cooperation ranging from fighting terrorism to fostering people-to-people relations. After the 2 powerful leaders broke the ice in Wuhan, this is Narendra Modi's second visit to China within 6 weeks. Anand Krishnan now joins me live from Qingdao. Anand, we're expecting Prime Minister Modi to deplane any moment now. What's on the agenda for today? We do know that it's been dubbed as a new beginning for India as well. Tell us more.
Well, that's correct. The Prime Minister is just about to disembark and a PLA Guard of Honor is awaiting his arrival at Qingdao Airport. It's a very busy first day for the Prime Minister. His first meeting will be with Rashid Alimov, who is the Secretary General of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. This is the first time, of course, that an Indian Prime Minister has attended an SCO Summit, and the summit is going to be formalizing India and Pakistan's entry. And following that is the all-important bilateral meeting, which should be at about 3:30 India time with President Xi Jin Ping. This is, of course, going to be a very important meeting since it's going to be just 1 month.
If I can just interrupt you for a moment. There we do see the Prime Minister disembarking from the Air India plane that he was traveling in, and he will be meeting with the delegation that Anant was telling us more about. Anant, go ahead.
That's right. The Prime Minister being received by local officials here in Qingdao, and he will be proceeding straight to his hotel, the Meridian Hotel in Qingdao, and following which at about 3 o'clock India time, he'll be having his first bilateral meeting, which is with the Secretary General of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and that will be followed by the all-important meeting with President Xi Jinping of China at about 3:30 p.m. Indian time. It's a very important meeting given that they just met 1 month ago at the Wuhan Summit. So Modi and Xi Jinping will be reflecting on the outcomes of the Wuhan Summit, how well India and China have done in the 1 month since in terms of executing the very important points of understanding that Modi and Xi reached, for example, on the boundary issue, on connectivity projects, and especially on trade as far as India is concerned, on reducing this huge trade imbalance in China's favor. And following that, Prime Minister Modi will be attending an SCO welcome banquet, which Xi Jinping is hosting for all the SCO leaders this evening. And his last engagement he will be with the President of Tajikistan. And tomorrow is the opening of the SCO Summit, following which there'll be other bilaterals for the Prime Minister. So it's going to be a very packed 2 days for the PM here in Qingdao. And right now he's meeting with the military officials as he's disembarking from the Indian Embassy, the Defense Attaché, the Naval Attaché, and the Air Force Attaché, following this red carpet welcome for the Prime Minister, following which an official convoy will be taking him to his hotel here in Qingdao.
Anant, also a word on how long this meeting is going to really last for, because we know it's, a step further from where they left off at Wuhan, but we're expecting not more than about a 30 to 45-minute meeting between the 2 leaders?
Well, that's correct. Of course, in Wuhan, they spent a lot of time together on April 28th and 29th, almost 8 hours in conversation. This is going to be about 30 to 45 minutes, given that Xi Jinping will be hosting this banquet this evening. So it's going to be a short meeting, but an important one still. Since it's a chance for them to look at how well both countries have been progressing following the Wuhan understanding.
Also, any word on a possibility of Narendra Modi meeting with the Pakistani president?
Well, I think India has been very clear that talks and terrorism cannot go hand in hand. They will see each other at the banquet. Whether or not they exchange pleasantries, we have to wait and see. But they will definitely at this point in time, for India, it makes no sense to have a bilateral meeting with Pakistan until and unless they move forward on the terrorism issue. So as far as what Indian officials are saying is something that's not in India's interest at the moment. They will be, of course, seeing each other in a couple of hours from now when they attend the banquet. It's a Pakistani president, of course, that's going to be here, given that the Prime Minister was supposed to attend this meeting, given the domestic situation in Pakistan and the elections that are about to come. It's the President who will be attending and not the Prime Minister. So as far as India is concerned, Pakistan is in some sense a side issue. It's more about India's entry into this Eurasian grouping. And even the Chinese experts that we were speaking to, they see India joining as a major development for the SCO, given that India has a major economy. As far as China is concerned, among all the members of the SCO, it enjoys the most amount of trade with India, and Russia is second to that. So it's about India joining a major global grouping. And also from India's point of view, it's something that the Prime Minister mentioned recently at the Shangri-La dialogue. It's about showing India's strategic autonomy. Just the fact that he's appearing here on the same stage with President Xi, President Putin, even while India is taking forward such close relations with the United States and other countries such as Japan, it's a message from India saying that it's still independent when it comes to its foreign policy, and it wants to have closer relations not just with the US, but with China and Russia as well.
All right, so Prime Minister Modi there getting into the car that will take, the convoy will take him to his hotel, after which the first meeting, as Anand pointed out, will be with the Secretary General of the SCO. Anand, before I let you go, a quick word on what's on the agenda. We believe it ranges from terrorism to culture to agriculture to connectivity.
That's right. It's a pretty wide-ranging agenda, but I would say the most important point of focus for the SCO, it's always been a security grouping. So it's about counter-terrorism, drug trafficking, and getting some kind of agreement between all the member states. For India, terrorism is the most important issue, and whether it can get Pakistan to do more on terrorism as a member of the SCO, we have to wait and see if there is a benefit to India from that. And the second issue, of course, as you said, is connectivity. Again, here it's a tricky thing for India, given that China is pushing its Belt and Road initiative, which the SCO Summit is expected to endorse, minus India, given India's concerns on some aspects of the Belt and Road. So there are points of convergence, there are points of divergence, but on the whole, India sees some rationale in joining yet another global body that sort of lends weight to India's both economic and diplomatic global influence.
Yes, and remember, this is the first time Prime Minister Modi is attending the SCO after India became a part of the organization last year. Anand Krishnan, we'll keep coming back to you at the top of 2 p.m. We'll tell you more about this significant meeting between Xi Jinping and Narendra Modi, and also the significance of this happening in Qingdao. On that note, we're stepping to a short break. For all the latest news and updates, you can log on to indiatoday.in. You can also download the India Today app. Stay tuned.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.